guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Isabel if this is your first time here, and in today's video I have a follow-up video on a video that I posted almost a year ago. I took the sneak peek test, which is very popular. If you searched and found this video, I'm sure you've heard of it, obviously. So I wanted to share with you my experience and some things that I've researched that my doctor told me about the sneak peek test. In the description below, I will leave the link to my sneak peek test, my experience when I was pregnant. Currently have a 3-month baby girl. She's right next to me, so if you hear little baby noises, that's from her. Hello. Before I get into some of the research that I've found and what my doctor has told me, I want to quickly read from the sneak peek website some information, what the sneak peek test is, and some information that they offer you, before ordering it on their website. So it says sneak peek gender test is the only 99.1 accurate gender blood test that lets you know your baby's gender in as little as 72 hours. Sneak peek is proven to be 99.1% accurate at 8 weeks into pregnancy. If you're not 8 weeks pregnant yet, no worries. The gender test kit is good for a year. Just hold on to it and take the gender test at home when you're at 8 weeks into pregnancy or more. If you're currently breastfeeding, that won't affect the sneak peek test results. So sneak peek looks for the male chromosome in the fetal DNA found in the mom's blood. Because breastfeeding is a hormonal change, it won't impact the genetics. Now, listen closely. If you had a boy in a previous pregnancy, that won't affect your gender reveal test results either. Fetal DNA disappears from mom's bloodstream within 3 days of giving birth. So have no fear, the analysis for your current pregnancy will be correct. That is a lie. So I am a mom of 3 now. When I was pregnant, obviously I only had 2 children and I had 2 boys. My little one at the time, this was like 9 or 10 months ago that I took the test. So he was not even 3 yet, and then my older son was 6. And obviously they're both boys. I was just like so ready to know if I was going to have a 3rd boy or if I was finally going to get a little girl. So like I said, I have my experience in that previous video if you want to check that out, but I took the test and it came back that I was having a boy. It's a boy. Oh, it's saying it's a boy. My God. Now, obviously, of course, I want a little girl. I had 2 boys, and obviously I wanted a girl. But whatever, I was having a 3rd boy. I will tell you, the reason that I took the sneak peek test, it was like $80 online, was because in my previous 2 pregnancies, I didn't find out the gender of the baby until my 18, 19 week anatomy scan. And I could not wait. Like I said, I needed to know what the gender was going to be, and if I could find out early, why not pay $80 and find out early? So I think like a week or 2 after I found out the gender from the sneak peek, they send you an email. I had my 12-week scan. I think that's for the genetic testing. And they do a blood test along with that ultrasound. But like I said, in my past 2 pregnancies, I didn't find out the gender until that anatomy scan ultrasound. I knew that there was that blood test that you could take with the genetic testing that did offer finding out the gender through your blood. That was like 99.9% accurate. But I didn't think, because I'm still young, I'm not at a high-risk pregnancy, I didn't think that my insurance would pay for that. So that's why I chose to do the sneak peek test. But come to find out, only a few years after having my previous baby, that my insurance did offer that, find out the gender of the baby in that blood work. So of course my fiance and I were like, yeah, absolutely. We didn't tell anyone. So we obviously found out that we were having a boy. We didn't tell anyone what the gender was because I was very skeptical of it being contaminated somehow, or if I did something wrong. yada yada, that there was still like a chance that it could be a girl. So until we knew from either that ultrasound at the anatomy scan or from the blood work that I didn't know that they were offering me, we weren't gonna like tell anyone. I get a call with the results of my testing, and I found out that we were actually having a girl.
They look absolutely disgusting, but they just called and told us it's a girl, and I didn't get to capture it on because they called at my phone. I'm at Mommy, I'm a challenge. Oh, okay, baby. But I just need to say we're having a girl. I'll explain more later, but you'll understand why I'm like flipping out. We just found it's a girl.
So when we went in for my anatomy scan and we met with the doctor after the ultrasound, we told her what happened. We told her that we thought we were having a third boy from the sneak peek. And she said that she does not recommend anyone doing the sneak peek test because what they test at, excuse me, hello. They test wherever the sneak peek lab is. You ship your blood wherever they test it. They are testing for just that Y chromosome, and the blood test that they do through my doctor is way more, they're testing for something to do with the placenta and something that the placenta, I'm no doctor, but something that the placenta gives off a hormone of whatever the baby's going to be. They're not just looking for a chromosome, so it's way more accurate than the sneak peek test. So now we're going to get into some research that I've done just to explain it, because my doctor just put it very simply that the sneak peek test is looking for a Y chromosome. Now, I was and am a mom of 2 boys, so that Y chromosome can still be in my blood. And if there's any detection of that Y chromosome, the sneak peek test is going to come up and say that I'm having a boy even if I'm not, because that Y chromosome could still be lingering somewhere in my body, in my blood. So let's get into the facts. I will list my sources down below if you want to check anything out. Oh, I'm going to butcher the name of this so bad, but it's called microchimerism. I'll just leave it up here on the screen. It is a phenomenon in which women harbor residual fetal cells from their children long after that they've given birth. It may become significant to health advantages. So this was an article on how it could potentially be beneficial to your health. These fetal cells migrate all over the mother's body, becoming a part of her heart, brain, and blood. In 2000, there was a study in 2004 that there was the presence of male genes in 21% of women overall, even among those who had only given birth to daughters, had a miscarriage, underwent an abortion, or had never been pregnant. So research speculates that the unknown DNA could have come from a miscarriage that these women never recognized, or from an older brother who transferred cells to the mother and then passed those genes when they had their daughter. So there's a lot of science behind all of this, and it's not just so clear cut that sneak peek test works. I do not recommend it. If this is your first baby, there is even proof right there that there could be a Y chromosome. If you have an older brother, you could carry the Y chromosome. This sneak peek test is very, very, what's the word? Delicate, I would say. So like any kind of Y chromosome, they're going to say that you're having a boy. So the mother's body kills off most of these circulating fetal cells shortly after pregnancy, but some evade the immune system and can stay for long periods of time in the mother's body, in some cases even a lifetime. So I could have some Y chromosomes floating through my blood for the rest of my life. So if the cells integrate into any kind of tissue, they can be around for a lifetime. Y chromosomes were in 63% of the brains of 59 women, the oldest woman who was 94. And it says these were women who didn't just give birth. So what sneak peek says is basically a lie. And I just wanted to make this video to follow up on that previous video because I kind of thought that I messed up somehow, which I still could have, but I wanted to put this information out there on the internet. If you're watching this, don't take the sneak peek test, just wait a little bit longer to get accurate results, because trust me, it messed with my emotions so much. So that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.